Hi YouTube, my name is Kenneth, and today we're going to be talking about 3 different financial YouTubers and their different investment strategies. The 3 YouTubers are going to be Beat the Bush, Stephan, and Kevin Pathrath, or more commonly known as Me Kevin. So now, I would like everybody who doesn't know, these are 3 major financial YouTubers. They talk about finances, credit cards, credit scores, investments, real estate. They discuss kind of everything in the financial realm. Now, they have a very different retirement strategy than most of us. Most of us, we put money into a 401k, into our IRA, and hope that one day we can retire when we're 65 or 70, somewhere in there. Now, these 3 are all in their 20s. The oldest is going to be Graham, and he's at 30 right now. So these are all in their 20s and 30, and they've all been able to technically retire. None of them have. They're all still working to some degree. But let's go ahead and get into Beat the Bush, the first YouTuber. So Beat the Bush was probably the first YouTuber that I saw that talked about the FIRE movement, the Financially Independent Retire Early movement. So this is a movement that talks about being able to retire before you're 65, before the traditional age where you retire. Now, Beat the Bush was an engineer by trade. That's what he graduated college from. He made his money, and he found out that he didn't want to work in the corporate world forever. He didn't like the drive. He didn't like having to sit in a cubicle all day, do a bunch of paperwork that wasn't what he wanted to do. He wanted to do engineering, which is totally understandable. So he decided to join the FIRE movement and start saving more than 50% of his income. Now, everything that he got, he either put towards his house or towards stocks. Now, there's not more real estate that he has, but stocks is the majority of his portfolio. Now, he did start YouTube, and he started off making a gift wrapping video. So, okay, alright, that's a random video, and then now he's a well-respected financial YouTuber, and he has retired at this point. And, you know, it wasn't meant to be a second career for him, but it became one. Now, the problem with this strategy is just throwing everything into the stock market is you get emotional. You see your savings disappear in a day. Okay, well, I thought I quit my job forever. What am I going to do now that I don't have any money? Stock market's down. So you get panicked, and maybe even him, a financial YouTuber, someone who talks about finances and talks about the mental states and what happens when the stock market goes down. Even he pulled out. And he said, okay, I don't want to take any more losses. Now, unfortunately, he did pull out toward the bottom, so he did lose a little bit in the gains process. But this is something that should be considered if you want to do this strategy. Now, the next person is going to be Stephan. So Graham is a real estate agent by trade, and he did appreciate the FIRE movement lifestyle. So Graham would rather, go get 20-cent iced coffee or happy hour sushi than going to Starbucks and getting avocado toast. So, but Graham doesn't necessarily do the FIRE movement in the stock market, because the FIRE focuses a lot on the stock market. Graham believes more in real estate, and that's probably because he's a real estate agent. But Graham follows the BRRRR method, the buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. Sorry about that. Alright, so basically what it is he goes buys a house at a good price that needs a little bit of work, paint, walls, flooring, lights, the little stuff. And he does that work, gets them to what's called a rental grade, which is just good enough that, like, it's not fancy, but it's livable and it looks nice and it's going to last whatever a tenant can cause. So once he gets it rehabbed, he rents it out. Now at this point, the value of the property has gone up because it has renters. His income has gone up, and banks also look at that as value to the property. Then whenever he finds another good deal, he can refinance, get money from that deal, and then go buy another property, and he just repeats the cycle over and over. Now, Graham bought his first house for $56,000. Now, I don't know if this was partial loan, partial, or all just cash, but he bought it in 2009. So he bought it right when the market was tanking. Now, he has started to focus more on his YouTube channel and trying to get people to hit the like button or smash the like button or something like that. So the problem that Graham is going to have, which he has started to address recently, is that almost all of his holdings are in real estate. Now, him better than anybody, him knowing that prices on properties can go so low during a financial crisis that he needs to diversify. And he's started to do that, but that's his strategy. It's more of the BRRRR method than anything else. Now, the last contender for the game of retirement saving strategies is going to be Kevin Pathrath or Meet Kevin. So Kevin doesn't necessarily believe in the f.i.r.e. method. He doesn't dislike it, but that's not the method that he follows. So Kevin's method is going to be more of the BRRRR method. He buys a lot of properties, he rehabs them, rents them, refinances a lot. And he's done well with that. But that's not the only thing that he's done as a real estate agent and broker. He's also started a contracting business. He's done property management. He's managed rehabs for his clients. He's done a bunch of different things for his clients, not just the rental and real estate business. He also does loan underwriting, and I think the fact that he does all of this adds a lot of value to his strategy. But see, the reason why Kevin, even though he can retire right now, isn't really in the whole f.i.r.e. movement is because he thinks that me and 20s and 30s and 40s, we should be building a war chest. Retirement is going to be a long time, and we're going to need a lot of money sitting there, making sure we can have the best life we want in retirement. So, Kevin thinks, okay, we need to be building our assets. We need to be finding wedge deals, which is his specialty, which is just a really good deal on real estate. And so get the wedge, rehab the property, and repeat over and over as much as you can. Now he does also heavily invest in real estate. I believe he has something like $2 million in real estate. Now, this is a little bit more balanced than the other two. The only concern is that when any business falls, it may affect the others. So these were 3 different strategies that you may not have thought of that real estate YouTubers do. Sorry, financial YouTubers do. But it is something different that not necessarily everybody does. I encourage you to think about different options, because the 401k or the IRA solution is a good one. But if you can have a better retirement than others by doing these strategies, you may end up better. Thank you for watching, and you have a great night.